everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I have a grocery haul for you for the month of May. I am actually just getting ready to head out the door to go to Costco and to Walmart, and my goal is to only go to the grocery store maybe twice a month now that we're in quarantine, just trying to stay at home as much as possible and not be out in public too much. So at the very beginning of the month, what I like to do is go to the grocery store, get everything that I can that's gonna last me for the month, and then just go back about halfway through the month for fresh fruits and vegetables or anything that I may have run out of that I need to get. But anything that's shelf stable, or I'm gonna try to get that all in one swoop if I can. So that's my plan for today. And what I'm gonna do is when I get back, kind of share with you everything that I got as a part of my grocery haul. But before I do that, I did wanna share with you my meal planning process. And this is something that I have done for a while as far as trying to meal plan for the month. But now that we're in quarantine, I try to be a little bit more intentional about it. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of take you through that process. All right, so I'm gonna flip you guys around and just show you my process. And these are kind of the main things that I use. This is my planner, so I'll take you through that. This is my recipe book, and then this is my grocery list. And I use them in that order. So I start with my planner, then I go to my recipe book, and then I go and I make my grocery list based off of that. So the first thing that I do while I am meal planning is I do like to just take a look at the month. May, I haven't really filled out very much. I actually feel like my schedule is a little more clear now that we're in quarantine, but I do have a couple of things coming up: birthdays, Mother's Day, obviously Memorial Day. So I just like to make sure that I have a good idea of what is going on. This travel needs to go off, but obviously that got canceled. So I do just like to have an idea of any special occasions or things like that that I know are going on for the month, so that I can account for that in my meal plan. And then when I meal plan, I pretty much only plan specifically for my dinners. I usually can get away with just prepping one big meal, and that will last me most of the week. And then anytime I kind of run out of that meal, or I want to switch it up maybe for a day and then come back to it, I'll just do something simple like quesadilla in the oven, or a homemade pizza on a tortilla or something like that. But I typically only, right now in this season of my life, prepare one main meal a week. And so I've kind of gone through and said each week, what do I want to have? So the first week I'm having ndegu, which is going to be a new recipe for me. It's a Kenyan bean recipe that I found off of YouTube, and I will link it down below for you. I got it from one of the YouTubers that I follow, and I really enjoy their channel. In the following week, I'm planning to have sweet potato and black bean patties, and I'll probably just serve that with vegetables on the side. The following week, I'm planning to have Thai-style veggie soup that has potatoes and cilantro and mixed vegetables. It's really good. And then the next week, I'm planning to have shrimp probably in my air fryer, along with sweet potato fries in my air fryer. And I do have some birthday meals listed here. Luckily, I'm gonna actually cover those up in case somebody is watching. We will be shopping for those as well. And for lunches, I usually just like to jot down a few ideas of things that sound good, but I am definitely a creature of habit, and when I find something I like, I don't mind eating it over and over and over and over and over again. It takes me a while to burn out on stuff. So I just like to jot down a few things that sound good for the month, and then I just make sure I have the ingredients for these, and I will most likely just kind of rotate these throughout the month. And again, if I get tired of it, maybe I'll have leftovers or something out of my freezer for lunch one day. But mainly for lunch this month, I'm planning to have tuna fish salad with either rice cakes or tostadas. And then I'm planning on having like a burrito bowl with cauliflower rice, veggies, beans, and that sort of thing. And then maybe some shrimp cocktail a few days. I typically just do a green smoothie for breakfast, and if I get really hungry, then I might just grab some fruit or a bowl of cereal. But for the most part, I've been trying to just have my green smoothie and then not eating anymore until lunch. So my next step, or this month for example, I was having trouble filling in what did I want to have for one of these weeks. And so what I can do is I like to have my recipe binder near, and I just kind of flip through here to get inspiration. So the way I have this organized, within each section, so this is my entree section, I just kind of have written here just a list of things that I know how to make. and that are pretty easy for me. And so I can just kind of read through this list, and it might just inspire me to make something else, or it might, like, I might have a taste for something that I see on this list. And then I just kind of flip through the pages as well to see if there are specific recipes in here that I might be interested in making. So that's kind of how I use my recipe book, is if I'm having trouble coming up with a meal either for lunch or dinner and I just need an idea, or I feel like I'm stuck in a rut and I can't think of anything, I'll flip through my recipe book to help fill in my menu for the month. Alright, and then my very last step is to make my grocery list, and I do try to make it and organize it by store. The majority of my food I typically purchase from Walmart or Aldi. This week we're planning to just go to Walmart so I can get most of these items there. And then I also do make a separate list for Costco, which ends up typically being a little bit shorter for me. Oh, and one more thing I did want to show you guys is throughout the month, especially now that we're trying to not go to the grocery store as often, I do try to keep a list on my phone of things that I know I'm running out of, or like I'll just go throughout the month, or the last couple of weeks of the month. I don't do it for the whole month. Throughout the last couple weeks of the month, I'll kind of start making that list. So whether it's on the Walmart grocery app or whether it's a note on my phone, I just try to keep a running tab of things that I'm getting low on, and then I can organize it into my actual grocery list by department to make it a little bit easier as I'm going through the store. So yeah, that's how I get prepared for my monthly grocery shopping. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna change into something a little bit more comfortable and get ready to head out. And when I get back, I will clean everything off first with disinfectant wiper, and then I'll show you all what I got. Alright, so I am back from the grocery store. Again, I went to Costco and to Walmart, and it was a long trip. It was a couple hour long ordeal, but we did end up getting some stuff for my parents as well as my grandmother. So just a few things though. Their stuff really didn't add the time. It was all of the stuff that I was really getting for myself. But again, I wanted to stock up for the whole month of May so that I only have to go back one time for fresh fruits and vegetables about halfway through the month. So that is my goal. Alright, here is an overview of everything that I got for my May grocery shop. A lot of this stuff is definitely going to last me more than a month. But obviously some of the fresher like produce items and things like that, some of that will last me less than a month, and I will have to go back just one time to replenish that. But yeah, this definitely looks like and is a lot of food, but I'll take you through everything I have, and like I said, I know it'll last me for quite a while. Alright, so here we go. We're going to start off with some of my produce that I have soaking right now. And so I've just got some zucchini, some bell peppers, some tomatoes, and some lemons. The bell peppers, I won't be able to get through all of those fresh, so I will likely just chop up and freeze them. The zucchini I'm gonna make zoodles out of and do spaghetti out of zucchini noodles. Red onions. Alright, then I just got some cooked shrimp and some raw shrimp. Those are mostly for lunches, and then the raw shrimp for a couple dinners. I showed you that on my meal plan. These smart ones I grabbed just for a quick lunch or dinner. I got cream cheese for some baking that I'm doing, as well as some lower fat cream cheese for eating. I've got some string cheese for snacking. These are only 1 point on my Weight Watchers plan, so those are perfect. As well as some shredded cheese, some eggs, frozen fruit. Oh, and I did forget to mention, most of the stuff I've shown you so far has come from Walmart, but the bell peppers I did end up getting at Costco. Alright, from Walmart also I got 2 things of vanilla Greek yogurt. I use these for my smoothies, and I will go through both of these within the month. Same for this giant thing of plain Greek yogurt that I got from Costco. I use this as sour cream. I also bake with it. I got some Pirate's Booty. Seriously y'all, Pirate's Booty, best thing that ever happened to Costco. They're like rice cheese puffs. They're amazing. You gotta try them. Alright, so organic Tortilla chips, I don't care that they're organic. That's just what I saw at Costco, and so that'll last the month, probably longer. I got 4 half gallons of unsweetened almond milk. Almond milk lasts forever. The expiration on these is at the end of June, so they will definitely last, but I will go through those this month. I do go through about a half gallon of milk a week, just between my smoothies and then any baking that I'm doing and stuff like that. So I will definitely go through all of these in a month. Ranch dressing, heavy whipping cream I got for some recipes that I'm making this month. Butter spray, this is free on Weight Watchers, 0 points. So I got some of that since I just started Weight Watchers, and then regular butter for baking, some whipped topping. I got some trash bags, some toilet wands, and then just some, you know, bags and Tupperwares and paper plates, basic stuff that I needed, as well as some more vinegar. I like to clean with vinegar, and I also put it in every load of laundry that I do, so I like to stay stocked up on that. All right, and then I have a few bananas here. I can't buy a ton of bananas. Obviously they go bad so quickly. I do freeze them sometimes for my smoothies or for baking, but I try not to buy just too many at a time, and I try to buy them like some yellow, some a little more green, so that they'll last me, but I can't usually stock up on fresh bananas. So then let's move into my baking section. I have some baking to do for some special occasions. So let's start with these vanilla wafers. I got some Ghirardelli chocolate chips, a couple boxes of German chocolate cake, coconut flakes, walnuts, vanilla extract, a bunch of yogurt, the sugar-free kind, great snacks for Weight Watchers. These regular vanilla puddings are for baking, and then also sugar-free Jell-O, really great Weight Watchers snack. Powdered sugar, that's it for baking. And then up here I got some whole wheat tortillas, some pinto beans. This is for my ndegu that I mentioned for my meal plan. And then I stocked up on some black beans. What I like to do with these is to actually go ahead and cook them ahead of time, and then I just keep them in my freezer. That way they're ready for me for my burrito bowls, which are on my meal plan this month. And then also with the pinto beans, I make my own refried beans, either out of these or Great White Northern beans. So I like to cook those up and stick those in my freezer as well. All right, spices, just restocked on some things that I was running low on. So some garlic powder and minced garlic, some curry powder. This is actually for the ndegu, so that'll go with that. Ground turmeric, honestly, this was an impulse buy, but it just looks so good. And I'm always hearing about different recipes, so I'm sure I can find something. Generic pasta sauce to keep on hand so that when I want to make pizzas on tortillas, or if I'm gonna have pasta or anything like that, I just like to have a generic one that I can use as a multi-purpose. Cocktail sauce for my shrimp cocktail for my lunches. Ghost pepper salsa, super excited about this. My boyfriend and I love spicy food, and it is hard to find regular salsa in the grocery store that is actually spicy enough for us. So I'm excited. I've heard that ghost pepper is like one of the hottest things that you could eat. So yeah, if you all have had either this particular salsa or ghost pepper before, let me know in the comments down below what you thought about it. I'll keep you guys posted if I remember on how it tastes, or maybe I'll put a little comment right here to let you know how good it is, because I'm sure we'll be diving into that soon. All right, Tostadas, I got a couple bags of these, as well as some rice cakes. I don't eat just regular bread. It doesn't digest well for me with my lap band, and so that's a lot of reasons why I do the whole wheat tortillas. And then these are really great. I just use these to make like traditional tostadas, but then I've also just recently started using them as like crust. So I did pizza and toppings on them. And then I'm thinking, I have some tuna fish over here, oh right here, so tuna fish, I got this for my lunches as well. I can do the tuna fish on top of these. I know that sounds really weird, guys, but I have a feeling it's gonna be good. I could do tuna melt on top of those. And then same thing for the rice cakes. Where you would normally use bread in a sandwich, I'm using tostadas and rice cakes for those. All right, then I also got some New England clam chowder. This can be for quick lunches some days. Got some cilantro, that's also for the undegu. It's also for my veggie soup that is on my meal plan. All right, then I also got these yellow gold tip potatoes. These are also for my veggie soup, and these are for mashed potatoes. Sweet potatoes, these are on my meal plan a couple of times this month, so that bag should be good. I've got avocados. I eat guacamole almost every day. So I love making fresh homemade guacamole. Mandarin, cutie oranges, some grapes, some turkey bacon, got some turkey burger, as well as some chicken wings. I actually don't eat a ton of meat. I'm not a vegetarian, but I just have kind of cut back on meat a little bit, trying to eat a little more plant-based. So those are actually for some special birthday meals. And then I've got a ton of spinach. I've got this huge thing of spinach, as well as this ginormous bag of spinach. Both of those came from Costco. You're probably thinking to yourself, how can one person possibly eat all of that spinach before it goes bad? And you're right, I cannot. I use it in my smoothies. I use a ton. My smoothies are mostly greens, and so that's how I get in most of my fruits and veggies for the day. So I will go through this very quickly, but I will have to end up freezing some of it. So what I'll do is I'll just transfer it into a freezer bag and stick it in my freezer, and then I'll continue to eat it in my smoothies from there. But as long as it stays good, I prefer to have it fresh in my smoothies. Rice, organic cauliflower, this also came from Costco. I use this again as a rice replacement since I'm not able to eat rice with my lap band. So I'll do this for my burrito bowls, that's on my meal plan, and then just as a side dish. And then I think the last things that I have to show you are these pineapples. Super excited about those. They smell incredible already. All right, so that's really it. Again, here's just another overview. Like I said, I know it is a ton of food, but a lot of it is shelf stable and it will last me. And I'm really doing my best to not go to the grocery store very often at all. So again, I do this huge grocery shop at the beginning of the month, and then I only go back to the grocery store. My goal is one time, and that is just to replenish on my fresh produce. And all right guys, so that is it. That is my May 2020 grocery haul. I hope that it gave you some ideas and some inspiration for your meal planning. If you like videos like this and you'd like to see more, please give me a big thumbs up and let me know. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what's on your meal plan for the month of May. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. We would love to have you join our family here at KrystalElaineTV. Thanks again so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!